me just drink a sip of water before starting. Okay. Okay. So hello guys, my name is Tanemoto. I'm the co-founder and chief strategy officer, and also known as the chief diplomat of Xenia. Yeah, and I started call myself a diplomat after a few years of exploring Africa and the Middle East, dealing with the government officials and business leaders, and sometimes the military generals about the potential in the Web3, especially DePIN realm. And for those of you who don't know about the Xenia, we build future-proof data storage infrastructure that combines EVM-compatible blockchain with decentralized dynamic data storage, not just static data. And today, originally, I was not supposed to be here speaking about this kind of a abstract idea. Our chief architect, the man who actually writes the code, was supposed to be here speaking about his research and innovation, but he's now kind of wrestling with peer reviewers at IEEE USA. We are about to pass our latest research paper, so he's now battling with the peer reviewers, and the deadline is like tonight, so that's why he's not here. And so yeah, instead you get the diplomat, and I hope my conversation will be interesting to you. And I will talk about DePIN, not from the perspective that have taken previously here today, and I want to talk about more a broader philosophical perspective. This is the controller, yeah? Okay. By the way, I know it's not working. Yeah? Okay, okay. So by the way, I made this deck of slides this morning with Claude AI, because I left my laptop at the Haneda International Airport. I already found it. I called the airport and I found it too. But I just don't have my laptop plus iPad. They are now at the airport secure. Yeah, so I'm one of those people who cannot go back to the life without AI. And so this is a very kind of a personal thing too. And when we talk about decentralization, we often talk about decentralizing machines, decentralization of machines. But there is a kind of truth we don't often say aloud. Did I break? But maybe not. So decentralization is our technical state, and distribution is a social contract. And this is a really important conversation, I think, because decentralization is easy, I say, but distribution, the real lasting human distribution, is hard, and which is, I guess, more important part of DePIN infrastructure and the whole ecosystem. Because at the end of the day, somebody has to pay for the electricity bills or the land acquisition, everything. There must be someone who has the responsibility to run and operate the DePIN after all. But I think Korea knows better than most countries, I guess, because you guys stretch like a lower network from mountains to mega cities, and you guys export 5G equipments, just like the way you do like K-pop. And building is instinct, and maintaining is muscle memory, I guess. And that's what exactly DePIN needs. Okay, kind of a... Yeah. This is a PDF, so it's not working as it's supposed to. Okay. So yeah, let's take a look at some field lessons. Helium, for example, they peaked at nearly 1 million hotspots in 2023, but now like 60% are offline after the river system kind of collapsed. And while the Hive Mapper, they experienced the same, but they fixed the reward system, reward program, and now they got like 6 million kilometers mapped, which is equals to 10% of the global roads. So what does it say? It just shows incentives. Incentives might start their momentum, but distribution is what keeps the that momentum last, like for long. And I see there are 3 layers of distribution: the governance, users, and economics. The first one, governance. This means like decisions must stay open, transparent, and hard to capture. The rule of thumb is probably like one identity is one vote, not $1 is one vote. At Zinnia, my project, we express this as a proof of democracy, our kind of a proprietary consensus mechanism. One wallet, one vote after the civil detection check and everything. And the second is users. So technology graduates from experiment to the real infrastructure only when it becomes a habit. So that means on-ramps that feel like Web 2 and off-ramps that feel like cash, and like a day one utility that solves like a real life pain, the problem. And the last one is economics. So at the end of the day, just like I told you in the first part of the speech, hardware lives on real soil and it pulls real electricity. So a network endures only when the costs are covered locally and upside is shared locally. So any one of these layers, when any one of these layers cracks, then like the whole system, the whole structure shakes. So just to get all the 3 elements right, then I think the distribution is now unstoppable. These are the couple of examples of the economics element. I think on the left one is the example about the World Mobile in Zanzibar, Africa. The air node on World Mobile makes like tens of dollars monthly, and sometimes up to $80 a month. Where like in Zanzibar, the average wage is about $150. So this tens of dollars a month is life-changing for the people in the country. And on the right, this is kind of my my project thing. So our data center, upcoming data center in Fukushima, Japan, we will get 75% of the public funding. It's a government grant, and they support the infrastructure, like including DePIN infrastructure for the people in the villages, because they get incentives from our DePIN infrastructure. At the same time, they simply get hired on premise. So these are the just examples of the economics element. And there are partnerships that matter. So today's host, Zetacube, this is a very important player in the DePIN realm, and we all know that. But they literally made decentralization easy. Yeah, my theme today is that decentralization is easy, but distribution is hard. And I'm so confident that I can say decentralization is easy because Zetacube just made it easy. Their flagship product, like Nano DC, it's amazing. It's just a tiny box. I mean, the shipping, container size, the plug and play, data center, and it's just one box can add up to like more row hash powers than 1,000 laptops, right? So now, did I say I'm based in Cairo, Egypt? No, maybe not. My company is based in Dubai, but I'm based in Cairo, Egypt. But mostly I spend my time in the West Africa, especially the Gambia, one of the tiniest countries on the continent. And there is no single data center in the Gambia, by the way. And all that information, important information about like a banking systems or their financial thing or even like a medical information of their Gambian people are stored in Senegal. So it's not even a risk. It's just it's not working, right? The security is not working in the country when it comes to the data management because there is no single data center, and they don't have the capacity to build the data center, the fancy data center like before, or they don't have the capacity to operate, to keep the data center alive. But with a nano DC, we can definitely solve that problem. And I was already asked by the government, the government of the Gambia, to bring a data center to that country. And I actually discussed with Mark from Aether about deploying the data center in the country. And I just kind of had no idea how to do that because there's no like a stable superpower electricity in the country. By the way, electricity is owned by Turkish people in the country. So nothing's working there. Yeah, if we try to do the traditional way. But now with the DePIN concept and the real infrastructure, real hardware suited for DePIN ecosystem, now we can solve that problem too. So, yeah, hardware is everywhere, but habits are rare, and the shared responsibility is a gold bar, I think. And so, yeah, just like the Zetacube made it easy, made the decentralization easy, and they show it's possible. So now it's our time to take a part in the rest, just distribution part. 감사합니다. Thank you.